20 minutes. Doing the best I can. Hi, Pumpkin. Okay. See if I can get through this one. On September 25th, 1989, Akintunde Ishola Titilope Ojutalayo Ogunleye Jr. was born. His name means a warrior has returned in Yoruba. My brother is also my very own bumblebee. I love the bumblebee story because, according to aerodynamics, these wings are too small and they shouldn't be able to fly. And yet, they mystify scientists every day when they do. When Akin was born, he had a stroke and lost oxygen to his brain to the extent that nearly half of it doesn't function. Doctors, neurologists, specialists all agreed he would never do much of anything like a normal child. We were told not to get our hopes up. My family used to say, they forgot to tell Akin that. The real moment that stands out to me, that inspires me to fulfill my purpose, is watching Akin learn how to ride a bike. Despite what we all had been told, what the MRI scans said could never be. Akin wanted to do that. For months on end, I tried to be a good big sister and help, but I grew frustrated. Akin, though, never gave up. I remember watching him push off from the curb, fall, cry, skin his knees, curse the ground, look up at the sky, regain his courage, and try over and over and over again. I do literally mean hours on end, thousands of tries. The perseverance and the belief that he had in himself, the determination to succeed that was in this tiny being, blew me away. I was probably 10, making Akin 7. Akin never forgot that despite what it looks like now, what it feels like, that your dream is worth fighting for. Akin is a fighter and he fought to be here today. When he's tired, when he's battered and bruised with sweat pouring down his brow, Akin fights for what he wants to achieve. Now here we are again, facing unimaginable odds, and Akin wants to walk. I'm not a betting woman, but Akin is a bet I'm willing to make. Akin has taught me many lessons over the course of his young life. I know I'm a better person because of you, Akin. Everything that I've done in my life was first a vision because of how my heart was molded by being your sister. The essence of who I am, the way I see the world, my soul is because of you. You taught me compassion, selflessness, kindness, grit, gratitude, patience, endurance, the value of hope, the power of prayer, that truth and beauty are alive in all of our hearts just underneath the pain, and that God is not only real, but quite literally still in the business of miracles. The most important lesson that you taught me, Akin, by far, is that the most important choice I make is when I wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and dictate how I spend the rest of my day. And that choice is what I choose to believe about myself. So whenever we think, I'm stuck, I can't do this, this is too hard, there's too much up against me, I'm not cut out for this, it's impossible, I'll never this or I'll never that, or worse, I just don't have what it takes, think of Akin. If Akin can beat a 1% shot at survival and finish hours of physical, occupational, speech, and neuro rehab therapy exercises every day, you can do anything. I don't care what anybody tells you about your wildest dream. I bet that no one has ever told you your brain is scientifically incapable of achieving it. We have this one precious life. When you choose to believe your dream belongs to you, and it's your job to see it come true, I think we make Akin proud of us. Sitting on the swings in the backyard, just a few miles from here, talking about where we would go if we could, are my favorite memories of you and me as kids, Akin. We talk about it like we were grown-ups and do it all the time. I vote for Paris. You'd say, let's go to Africa instead. I'd say, where in Africa? It's not one place you know. And you'd say, fine, since you're such a smart-faced sister, let's go to Nigeria. Then Africa, then back home. Where's home, I'd ask. He shrugged and kicked sand on my shoes. Duh. Wherever you and me are. There is something so pure about him. Even in the darkest moments, he is all emotion. He's so black and white, so literal, and serves as a constant for me, a reminder that there is goodness left in the world. I've watched countless times over the course of my childhood how Akin brought people together. Despite our political, social, racial differences and all the strife in our country right now, look at us all here together tonight for Akin. I can't believe I was chosen to be your sister. Akin is 27 years old, and this year was a particularly harrowing one. When I asked him a few months ago what he had learned, because I'm always asking him that, I'm convinced he is a vessel for infinite wisdom, he said, "It's all so fragile, can't you see? We could be gone in a second. We just have, right now, to love each other. We don't have any more time to waste arguing about things that don't matter. Akin is and has always been the personification of his name, warrior. In college, I realized I'd built up a bunch of barriers to protect myself, but Akin fearlessly, lovingly has broken through them, even when they were bigger than he was. And in showing me where they are, he has offered me the most beautiful gift, the opportunity to love as he does. You manifested for me one of my favorite quotes of all time. Your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. To Akin, I will always love you, and I will inevitably spend the rest of my life attempting to love you as you have loved me. Thank you for showing me how to free myself. Wherever we are is home. Happy birthday, Scabby." I love you too, honey. If anyone would like to take this microphone from me before I sob into it anymore and share any memories of Akin, we'd love to hear from you. This night is all about cherishing and lifting Akin up.